Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. You know the drill. We're back at it again with the Entitled People Reddit stories. So let's jump into it. My friend is about to ask his girlfriend to marry her, and I'm the only one who knows how unfaithful she is. So my good friend Aaron and his girlfriend Mary have been together for almost 7 years. They met in college and are in a very close relationship. Personally, I would call them extremely codependent. Neither of them really have any friends aside from each other. She doesn't let him have guy friends. In fact, she doesn't let him do a lot of things. He's not allowed to go out past 11, not allowed to drink or smoke. She has to approve all of his friends, and he's not allowed to be alone with other girls. She's got this guy on a tight leash. The reason why they're still together is that Aaron is completely whipped, and to him, she can do no wrong. He talks regularly about how amazed he is that she still finds him attractive. He's a decent looking guy, but she's like supermodel level good looking. They post cutesy couple photos every day. I'm sure she makes him post them, and to everyone who sees them, they appear to be the perfect magical fairy tale couple. Anyway, a few weeks ago, he told my boyfriend and I that he was planning on proposing to Mary. Of course we congratulated him, because he seemed super excited. Now here's the issue. A few weeks prior to this, I hung out with a friend of Mary's, Allison. Allison told me about a party they went to where Mary got drunk and slept with her ex. After the party, they began hooking up regularly, and she had a threesome with him and a friend of his. Aaron has no knowledge of these hookups. I told my boyfriend about it because he shares my friendship with both of them, and he believes that we need to say something, but I'm not so sure how to even go about that. It will destroy him, ruin their entire relationship, and maybe a friendship as well. However, I think in the long term, he will be unhappy with a marriage where she's so controlling. Not even that, but if she's completely okay with cheating on her long-term partner, it will be the same once they're married. Edit. To clarify, the cheating has not been going on for 6 years, as far as I'm aware, and the hookups occurred recently. Edit 2. Some of the commenters are calling me a bad friend for not telling him immediately. After giving it some thought and reading the comments, I have decided to tell him as soon as I can. Most likely tonight, if he's free to hang out. To those saying I'm being a bad friend for waiting, this is a huge deal, and it will greatly affect the future of Aaron. And I want to make sure I break the news in the correct way. This man is blinded by love. He's not going to be expecting this news at all, and his whole life is about to change. I'm definitely not going to do nothing, because he deserves much better than this woman, and he deserves to know the truth about what he's getting into if he still decides to marry her. I'm expecting a full-blown crap storm. I'm expecting him to be hurt, angry, in disbelief. I don't believe it's wrong that I'm asking for a bit of advice on how to approach this. Should I have told him sooner? Maybe, but what difference would a few weeks make? For all those asking, I'll post an update when I do it. Edit 3. I've talked to Aaron since I posted this, and he is coming over tonight to talk/hang out. My boyfriend and I are going to tell him together, because he knows the situation as well. A few of you have suggested I talk to Mary first to give her a chance to come clean. While that's a good idea, I'm not as close to her as I am to Aaron, and I don't see that going over well. I would much rather tell him and leave it to him to decide what to do from there. Edit 4. New information has been received from the third-party friend Allison. She has sent me screenshots of texts that do prove Mary has been involved with her ex. They send messages regularly. Edit 5. LMAO. I'll just mention that Aaron just got to our house at 8 p.m. We'll update later if I can. Thank you all so much for the kind messages and helping me work this hot mess out. I've been stressing about this all day, but I believe I'm doing the right thing in telling him. Update. So I got lots of feedback on what to do here. A good majority of the commenters told me to say something. To clarify, it may not have been clear in the original post, but I was never planning on doing nothing. Of course, you gotta tell your bro if they're being cheated on. I just was not sure how to approach the situation. Some of the commenters gave me some very helpful advice. Some of you told me to talk to the girlfriend first. Some of you told me to wait. Some told me to gather a bunch of evidence first, which I ended up getting from Allison, the third-party friend. Some of you guys got angry with me for not telling him sooner, told me I was a bad friend. Some were sure he wouldn't believe me, and some predicted the girlfriend would deny it all. Well, all of you were somewhat right. Here's how it went down. I messaged Allison early on in the day, shortly after I made the post, because typing it all out brought my guilt and apprehension from the situation to the surface. I said to Allison that I needed to tell Aaron and asked whether or not she had proof. This was when she sent me the screenshots of the texts. Aaron came over at around 8, and what was great was that Allison came over too. We all sat down and talked for a bit, and we told him our suspicions about Mary. Allison showed him the text screenshots of Mary talking to her ex, and also told Aaron all the stories she shared about her sexual encounters. What was the most surprising was his reaction. He took it very well. He first got very quiet and just nodded. Aaron ended up telling us that he had a sneaking suspicion that something was going on. He wasn't aware of the hookups, but he and Mary had gotten into fights before over the fact that she doesn't allow him near any other girls, but she goes out and flirts with other guys all the time. He told us that she had been distant lately and would leave rather often without telling him where she was going. There were a few other small things he mentioned that told us he was just generally unhappy with his relationship. He knew in his gut something was wrong, but didn't want to believe it was true. He started unwinding with some alcohol after that, and it all got way more emotional. He cried, talking about how he felt stupid for not seeing it sooner, how he really loved her and would have given her anything. Then he got angry. Some unpleasant and derogatory terms were used to describe her. Ultimately, he told us that he's going to be breaking it off, at least for now. We told him a million times how much better he deserved. He's definitely not going to marry her. Thanks again for all the supportive words and advice. We saved a good man from heartbreak. Welp, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but this story was posted 2 years ago, and OP just left a new, unfortunate update in the comments 6 days ago. Hi, I am the OP. For anyone asking, they are married as of last summer. No clue how they're doing, as my boyfriend and I have cut all contact, aside from like Facebook and stuff. They have a dog, and wife wants kids now. Husband is still hella whipped. How frustrating to tell a friend all of this and then watch them carry on with the relationship anyway. We cut contact for this reason. Let them be stupid together. Your description of him gave off the impression that he has very low self-esteem. You mix that in a bowl with someone controlling and abusive like Mary, and you get the incredibly difficult task of trying to separate the flour from the salt. I hope he one day learns the self-worth to separate from that vile woman. We always got the vibe that he had low self-esteem and just settled for her because he didn't think he could do better. I feel bad for him, but also, you gotta stand up to that crap. Being alone is better than being with a shitty person who doesn't care about you. That's why we kinda cut contact. We told him not to do it. Yeah, honestly, I agree with this. You should always try to help and support someone as best as possible, but at the end of the day, you can't help somebody that won't help themselves. So when advice just falls on deaf ears, you have to start thinking about your own mental well-being. And when it reaches that point, the best thing to do is to just let them experience the consequences of their actions and let the chips fall where they may. That being said though, great googly moogly OP's friend, he married her anyways? Ugh. I foresee a vicious cycle of him constantly getting cheated on, him taking her back, and him possibly even one day raising a baby that isn't his. Somebody call TLC. Joking aside, I do hope OP's friend finds his self-worth one day, because dang, this is sad. But anyway, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this full relationship story. Sorry about the frustrating update at the end. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!